why is Nepal's youth protesting on the streets? Nepal's parliament is on fire, and so is its Supreme Court. From Kathmandu to Pokhara, protests have erupted across the country. On September 8th, thousands of young people, Nepal's Gen Z protesters, marched towards the parliament. By nightfall, 19 were dead, more than 300 injured. This has been the country's deadliest protest in years. But what sparked the protest? A government order banning over 26 social media platforms, including Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, WhatsApp, and X. A few platforms, including Viber and TikTok, survived the curve. The official reason? These companies had failed to register with the government as per a Supreme Court directive. Authorities argued that it was about compliance and sovereignty. But to reduce these demonstrations to losing Instagram reels would be misleading. Because for the protesters, it felt like censorship, an attack on their space to speak and connect. And in many ways, it was. The social media ban is only the latest in a slew of draft legislations designed to undermine Nepal's open society. A bill amending the Print and Publication Act would allow district bureaucrats to shut down media. Another draft bill would allow political appointees to head a new media council with powers to revoke journalists' license. A counterintelligence bill would let officials tap phones, read emails, and trail its citizens. Immigration rules have also been tightened to track foreigners in the country. And a new proposal would dissolve the Social Welfare Council, moving oversight of NGOs and charities directly under the state. When seen in the slide, the blockage of social media platforms was part of a wider attempt to constrict the freedom of press and civil society. While the social media ban is the immediate trigger, unrest has been simmering in Nepal for a while. This is the first time the youth of Nepal, the Gen Z, mobilized on the streets to this extent. Protesters, many wearing school uniforms and carrying placards with slogans like "Stop Corruption, Not Social Media" and "Youths Against Corruption," attempted to storm the parliament yesterday. Beneath the slogans lie years of frustration, alleged corruption scandals that never end, jobs that never arrive, and politicians seen as dynastic, self-serving, and detached. The viral Nepo Kids trend, mocking the children of political elites, had already exposed just how disillusioned young Nepalese had become. For a generation that makes up nearly half of Nepal's population, this ban was simply the last straw. The government responded with brute force, tear gas, water cannons, even live rounds. By the day's end, 19 protesters were killed and over 300 were injured, and most of them were under the age of 25. The response was immediate. By Monday night, the government had lifted the ban. The Home Minister had resigned. A day later, so did the Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli, acknowledging that the crisis could not be solved by force. He also promised an investigation into the killing of the protesters. Right now, the situation is witnessing rapid developments. As Nepal's crisis deepens, protesters have now torched the home of President Podul and ex-Prime Minister Oli, as well as the key ministers. The Foreign Minister Arzu Rana Deuba was also injured in a mob attack. Military helicopters rescued officials from besieged residences, while the army enforces shoot-at-sight curfews. Despite Oli's resignation and the reversal of social media ban, the youth remain on street demanding justice, leaving Nepal at a crossroads.